All right, we're back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday through Friday, here to talk about professional wrestling. Make sure you guys, Google. Make sure you guys, hit that like and subscribe button so you guys can get some notifications whenever we decide to go, whenever we decide to go live. So you guys can, hit up some of that, super chat. Give me some of that, give me some of that wrestling knowledge that you guys love. We'd love to hear from you guys. All right, so what we recently talked about, we had a WWE Monday Night Raw review. We talked about WWE NXT. We talked about some AEW Dynamite talk. And then we talked about Drew McIntyre returning to WWE, some potential storylines, bookings, what WWE ultimately has to do to protect this character that is the Scottish psychopath. And, what it means for, basically everybody on the roster who it affects. Like Jimmy, well, not really Jimmy, like Jey Uso. The Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, even CM Punk, although they recently had a pretty hellacious feud that ended at WWE Bad Blood. But, it's still up in the air. Sorry, excuse me. All right, now we're going to talk about some potential signings by WWE that they're hoping to get done before, the Netflix signings. So let's go ahead and dig on into it. At first, we have Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix has been, on the frail of, he's been on the fringe of, signing from WWE to... from AEW to WWE, and it's I don't know. For me, it's I thought he signed a long time ago. I even think I did a segment where I did the breaking news and I was like, oh, he signed with WWE. A lot of luchadors in WWE, I gotta be honest, they don't get a lot of love. Look at what's happening with the LWO. Look at what's happening with Legado del Fantasma. The history of WWE not booking, Latino wrestlers, not really its strong suit. And, WWE becoming recently more international, I feel like that will change. I feel like WWE will kind of adopt, will kind of adopt a lot of styles that AEW has had. And when I say that, it would be, you've seen a mid-card title for the women's finally. I mean, finally introduced. Finally, years and decades and so many, it's finally we have a WWE Women's United States, a WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship that should have been done a long time ago. Damn. And then we have the WWE Speed Championship, which is kind of like the Cruiserweight Championship. It's on every Wednesday, on their on WWE's X account. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit that like and subscribe button so you guys can get some notifications whenever you guys want to watch a 3-minute match. I'm just kidding, no. But just bring back a 205 Live. Bring back the Cruiserweight division. I feel like we will start seeing a trios championship being defended. I would love to see a trios championship being defended because, like I said, you do have factions like Legado del Fantasma, like the LWO, you could possibly maybe add another member to the Street Profits because literally WWE's not doing crap with the Street Profits. Why not add another member and be like, okay, here you guys go? Or, you could have somebody like the New Day, where they could have 3 members and, they could achieve greatness that way. There's so many different potential storylines with different titles being implemented within the system of the professional wrestling spectrum on any given promotion. So this could definitely be good for WWE. But right now, Rey Fenix, I wouldn't really see Rey Fenix as anything more than a Dragon Lee. All right, next we have the next superstar. We have Penta El de Miedo. Sorry, excuse me. Penta El Zero Miedo, which I think it says is we fear no death. I could see this guy, much like you see Rey Fenix, and it's kind of a damn shame because, whenever you see a lot of, luchadors or Latino wrestlers kind of come across WWE. It never really comes into like fruition where these guys can literally, they're being pushed to their immediate potential. Usually they kind of have a spot for them. They're like, oh, they're gonna, we have a kick-ass tag team for you guys to ultimately kind of, center yourself, to center your hopes and dreams around. And hey, yeah, guess what? You got to sign with WWE for like maybe like a limited amount of money, a small contract. But, obviously after you sign the contract, you can't go with the, AEW, Ring of Honor, or, CMLL, or New Japan Professional Wrestling. Tony Khan's recent, partnership, I got to be honest, although as much as I would love to see these guys come to WWE, I feel like there'd be no point. I feel like there'd be no point because there's no freedom. There's no freedom. Especially on what are you going to do? Do like another version of the LWO on NXT? Like, yeah, that'll be cool for like a month or 3 or maybe even 6 if we're lucky. But after that, they're just going to kind of succumb into the storylines that, like, they don't get pushed. They don't get pushed. They never really have. They never really done. WWE's reputation, they never really pushed Latin American wrestlers. And and like I said, it sucks because these guys are very talented individuals. Becky Lynch is still considered a free agent. Recently, she represented WWE on on an event, and she's not going to leave WWE. She never will. Why not? WWE has taken care of the man Becky Lynch for so damn long. They recently signed Seth Rollins to a contract, so there'd be no reason that the man Becky Lynch signs anywhere else but WWE. She's special. She's special. But then again, like if she does hold out, she could, by all means, get a bigger contract than Mercedes Moné. Tony Khan. If Tony Khan signed somebody like Becky Lynch, damn, that would be a game changer. And I love saying that. I absolutely love saying that because it's how far the women's division in professional wrestling has come. Where you're like, what? If Becky Lynch signed somewhere, oh my God, fans will follow. Fans will follow. I would follow. I watch myself some AEW, but imagine if Becky Lynch comes out to challenge Mariah May for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That'd be so crazy. That would be insane. That'd be super cool. Or challenges Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. But as of right now, I don't really see her leaving WWE. All right, we got Miro. Formerly known as Rusev. It's Rusev Day. I can see Rusev back in WWE. Right now he's not yet been let out of his AEW contract. But in WWE, I feel like right now you can make Rusev into something. You can definitely with international wrestling becoming more mainstream on the wrestling spectrum. Imagine, Rusev comes back. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be good for his career. He was a great, talented superstar. I definitely, when he was doing his little goofy thing with, with his, I forgot his name. Damn it. He was like some bald guy with like a comb over. I forgot his name. Damn it. I can't think of it. But he was good. He was decent. He wasn't bad. And I can see Miro coming back to the WWE. Zila Fatu is literally one more step away from signing with WWE. If not, he's already in contracts. He's wrestling in a Booker T wrestling promotion right now, winning championship belts. This guy's going to make his way in WWE. This guy's going to be a star. The son of Umaga is going to represent his father with nothing but the utmost respect, and this guy's going to be amazing. I can't wait for this guy to step foot onto WWE soil because he deserves it. This is his home. This is something that his father always loved competing in. Whether if it was him from the 3-minute warning from Eric Bischoff, when he was with, the Hurricane, his dad, with the, he belongs in WWE. Him coming to the Bloodline, I can see how him kind of coming back to the Bloodline, kind of being that alter ego that is Jey Uso, going at it. That would be so lit. Because if you think about it, maybe Jay and him can kind of, they have conflicting ideologies. They have conflicting personalities. And it'd be I don't know if anybody, and this might be a huge, huge, huge push. for anybody to watch the Sonic movie where you kind of had Sonic coming out, and then you had what was his name, Knuckles, come out, and you're like, oh my god, like it's crazy. Like they're complete opposites, but then again they're they're the same way. But then they come together, Ben, which makes them into a more dominant team. Both of them are good guys. They never really had this basis of understanding until it was kind of put out there to the earth, and then lo and behold, it just creates some magical potion for these two amazing superstars to come out of it. Obviously, like I said, this is a huge push. Obviously comparing wrestlers to Sonic characters, not really the cup of tea out here. But Zila Fatu literally on his way to WWE. Jordynne Grace has dabbled herself into WWE, especially when this NXT and TNA partnership and collaboration has recently kind of hit a standstill. You kind of haven't had any superstars kind of jump on into, kind of crossovers for a little bit here, kind of had a, kind of like I said, kind of having a standstill. But Jordynne Grace, she was featured in the Royal Rumble. She's been featured on NXT. NXT loves Jordynne Grace. And Jordynne Grace with Zarya, with Stephanie Vaquer, with Julia. Oh my God, he's such a powerhouse women's division, and it's to the point where Roxanne Perez would be like, you know what? Shoot, man, I the best thing for me to probably do is to leave the Raw or SmackDown. But no, I'm just kidding. The Prodigy, what she does in the ring is really, really good, and her promos. Roxanne Perez is special. And the way she represents the NXT World Women's Championship, like I kind of mentioned when we were talking about the review of NXT in my second segment, she's literally made the NXT Women's Championship the hottest ticket in women's wrestling. Literally, she has. You have, international stars like Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Zarya, and then you have Jordynne Grace, somebody like strong, the Juggernaut. She literally made that title so prestigious. Like, it's literally, like, it's untouchable. Like, I don't want to, like, compare it to, like, boxing, where you had Mike Tyson and Oscar De La Hoya, where you had people, like, fighting from all over the world for this one prestigious prize. And this is just NXT. This was, this is not now, but this is a small developed program from WWE. That came in, now they're their own entity on the CW, and now you kind of have international wrestling stars coming from all over the place. Literally, this has never happened in WWE before. Literally, this has never happened to any WWE champion, and right now it's happening to the NXT World Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. So throwing my flowers, absolutely saluting you. You are killing it. You're doing great, and it's something that's going to be promising. It's going to be great. All these women are absolutely amazing. The NXT Women's division is truly gifted. Obviously, like I said, throwing flowers, absolutely super excited. All right, we have Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks could find himself into WWE. We'd love to see him. I would love to see him NXT starting off first, maybe heading toward the Intercontinental Championship. Speedball Mike Bailey, his TNA contract is expired. He's recently been seen backstage at an AEW event, so it's obviously still up in the air, but it should be a good one. Josh Alexander from TNA, like I said, TNA and WWE NXT has recently had this collaboration and this kind of have this these crossovers and stuff like that, and it's been rumored that he's actually in talks and joining the WWE Royal Rumble. That'd be great. I often compared this guy to, Kurt Angle, and like with the strength of Ryback, like if Ryback and Kurt Angle had a baby, it would be Josh Alexander. And he, I'm not saying that in a bad way, not saying that's like not trying to joke around, but this guy's literally that damn freaking gifted. If this guy wins the Royal Rumble, right now you kind of look around, besides CM Punk, there's really nobody else that you would honestly love to see win the Royal Rumble. Of course, Jey Uso, is kind of floating around there. I feel like in the men's Royal Rumble and even in the women's Royal Rumble, I feel like this is going to be the most unpredictable Royal Rumble of all time, especially with this whole thing with CM Punk stating, on Monday Night Raw, he did state that, if Royal Rumble doesn't work out or Elimination Chamber doesn't work out, I have a couple of favors I can call. I feel like they ultimately kind of left the door open to be like, I'm not going to win the Royal Rumble. Which is cool. Which is cool. For me as a wrestling fan, as WWE fan, I like it. I like it because, I was heading into Royal Rumble being like, oh shit, oh crap. CM Punk's going to win and then he's going to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, this and that and the other, and then that's that. But right now, kind of having that unpredictability factor in terms of professional wrestling always makes it awesome. Always makes it awesome. All right, guys. So, hey, that was my wrestling show. Hope you guys like it. Like I said, Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show so you guys get notifications whenever I decide to go live. Thank you so much for tuning in to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast. Follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and Facebook for more content and updates. And like I always say, if I have not made you a wrestling fan by now, we have a whole bunch of other awesome podcasts you guys should definitely check out. Saturday, dedicated to college football. Tune into Tommy's GSMC College Football Podcast to get all the tea there. We have the NFL heating up. We only got 4 more weeks. It's gone. It's came. It's passed so damn fast. Find out all the breaking news, all the know-how for your favorite NFL team on the GSMC Football Podcast with my boy Kenneth, on the Chip Shot Football Podcast with my boy Manny, and of course, in terms of football, comes fantasy sports. Find out how to make your team as prestigious as the Women's Survivor Series team, make them into WWE champions. Make your team into a WWE champion. Make sure you guys watch Chris Shepard's GSMC Fantasy Sports Podcast. Find out your stardoms and your situms, who to pick up off the waiver wire. Like I said, we are only 4 weeks away, so make sure you guys tune in. We have All Around Sports with my boy Nelson with the GSMC Sports Podcast. We have Sports by GSMC with Jeremy. We have all these amazing sports podcasts you guys should always check out. Make sure you stay tuned for Emran's Dead Ball podcast starting in about 10 minutes. Make sure you guys, like and subscribe to his show. His show is definitely one of the hottest sports shows in the business right now, growing in popularity like absolutely nuts. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button to the show. All right, like I said, stay beautiful. Hope you guys had an amazing week. Can't wait to see you guys. Have an amazing Thursday. And let's seize the moment. It's the holiday season. One episode I'm just going to do some Christmas carols. Hope you guys like it. If you don't, then y'all could kiss my... I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Can't wait to see you guys on our next show. Stay beautiful. But most importantly, love you.